Hi folks, this is Wormatty. Today we're testing DR Dynamic V1C2 by Ciaran.
Five, four, three, two, one. Fight!
Give him a dose, give him hell, brain maggot. Last one alive, lock the door.
Oh dear, top-down activator corridor, not good.
This one's a new map. Not played it before, actually.
Oh, interesting that you didn't die.
Thanks, mate.
Ah, I see. I must have missed it then.
Please make the entirety of the button
Wait a minute,
transparent.
now I remember. It's this map.
What's going on there?
I almost forgot.
That's a bit
Know what I
unfair.
mean.
You just get trapped in a box and die. There's no speed lane.
Appreciate it.
Why not use a side activator corridor? There's plenty of room. Which way are they going to come from now, left or right? I'm confused. Because I'm not in a corridor anymore, I'm just in a box. At least you're using colour-coded doors, which is nice. Although, I'm not sure if people with certain kinds of colour blindness will be able to distinguish between them. Wow, that was a useless trap. Why have hazard tape if when someone's inside it and I press the button, they're not going to die? Fair enough. It's really difficult to know what's going to happen with the traps until I press the button. So all I know is people are in... Oh no, another box. People are in the box. I expect them to die when I press the button, but nothing's happening.
So is there something specific you want us to test? Or is it just a normal go with the flow?
I think the problem is, because you're mixing different kinds of trap, like instant activation traps with... You'll be inside, well, you know, you're inside the thing and there's a chance to get out or whatever. It's difficult because... Well, it's disappointing, you know? I don't know how these traps work. I don't know what order they're going to spawn in. Things are happening.
I see.
So for me, I can't time my attacks properly. But that is an instant attack, and I had no idea what was going to happen there. I think you're over-relying on this hazard tape stuff. It's good to show the
There's a
track
very
boundaries,
eerie atmosphere compared to other maps that we play music.
but the hazard tape is everywhere. It's getting a bit stale. Oh, that was easy. You see what I mean? There's a big difference between instant kill traps and what have you, where something definitely will happen, and you press the button and something might happen, or, you know... It's good that you're colour coding things to say that they're safe, but again, this is kind of a bit... mind you, this is an alpha, isn't it? Oh no, it's not, it's release. I would try and use more thematic ways of showing that something is activated, rather than just colouring a piece of ground green, which is a bit daft. Have, let's say there was an element like a scaffold, then... Once the trap was activated, the scaffold could collapse, and then if you see the collapsed scaffold, that means you know that the trap isn't working anymore. Or maybe if this is electrified, there could be a cable running into it and a fuse box, and when the trap is triggered, a short while afterwards the fuse box explodes, so if people see that the fuse box has exploded, they'll know that it's been activated. Where is that final player? I've lost a player. Why did I spawn here? I think I'm fucked. Oh my god, I'm getting really disoriented about where I am now. Because of all these small rooms getting teleported all over the place. Going from left to right, right to left. Please just have a normal corridor.
Victory.
Oh, I won? What? How the hell did I win? You see, I had no idea there was a player in front of me. I can't see the players. This is why you need corridors. Because it allows you to see left and right, you can see people going ahead of you. If you're teleporting all the time, you can't see people when they're moving in their bits between the two teleporter rooms. $244 lights, 216 creep, 27 peak.
Yeah, it does kind of look like a scale map, Burke. Yeah.
What's this area for? What purpose does it serve? If you have areas for people to explore, that's great, but you should put things in there for people to actually look at, look at and do. You've just got to be careful not to cause them to spend too much time hanging around, because in Deathrun, if people hang around, then it becomes unfair, because you've got people who are actually playing the map, running forwards, and then you've got the people who are just hanging behind. I really don't want to go on that water. Yeah, so you need to try and keep people together as much as possible. If you want to have little side bits for people to investigate, have it in a place where there's some kind of unskippable delay for a few seconds. So at least they have a chance to look around, if you know what I mean. I think you have a battery thing up ahead, don't you? See, that's a good time to introduce something like that. Things for people to look at. I don't even know if the activator's playing now. Are you playing, Ardy?
Oh. I'm not. Well, now I am.
These are moving quicker.
What do you require?
Oh, fuck. I fell off. I think they're moving a bit too fast there. If you have fast-moving brushes for people to stand on, then it becomes more difficult to stand on them because of like latency and stuff. So if you're going to have a fast thing, try and make it big. Otherwise, just keep the speed down a little bit. That's really bad for rotating brushes as well. It's really difficult on rotating brushes. I hate them. Your conveyor texture there is, I think it needs to be have its scale increased to be twice the width. It's very quiet in this room. This lava isn't moving. It should be a scrolling texture. Also, you should make displacements in this lava, or make the lava displacements. And typically, lava is molten rock, so is not likely to be that liquidy. So I would make it solid and just set people on fire or something. And when people go under lava, they shouldn't really be seeing green water. Yeah, so in that room you should maybe have some kind of lava flowing sounds. People spread out all over the place at the moment, but they are having a conversation, so, you know. But your motivator does not appear to be doing very much. Motivators aren't just AFK killers, they serve a purpose, and that is to motivate people, to keep people together. A lot of mappers have...
It's interesting how like almost everybody died, and I didn't activate a single
Ow.
Ouch.
Ooh, this is a nice effect. Using actual player proximity.
Frame rate's a little bit low here. Oh shit, what the fuck's going on? That's bright. Yeah, you want to tone that down. Maybe just make it glass.
Wait, what? There was a piece of water. It blended in with the ground, I didn't notice.
Yeah, it is the same kind of colour, isn't it? Oh, it's taking a long time to restart. Why does the round take so long to restart? Free run? Why are you choosing free run? This is a map test. We just had a free run.
Victory.
Well, don't be an activator then.
Victory. Now do it again.
This is a map test. If you're an activator, you need to activate traps. Oh my god. These pauses on the round restarts are making my buttocks clench. Yeah, you type /DR to open the menu and set your preferences that way. That water, I think it was Z clipping with the glass. So it's a very interesting design you've got. I think your choice of textures is good. It doesn't stick out too much. I don't feel like my what the frig? And my lerp is cocking up a little bit. Yeah, I don't feel like the detailing is too noisy. It is a little bit sparse. I think perhaps a little bit more detail and also texture variety. What I suggest you do is avoid using these. Well, avoid large flat surfaces with textures that obviously repeat. Avoid using the same textures everywhere. And maybe have themes for each zone or have different zones. Consider that in real life, with buildings and stuff, you don't, well, I mean you do, but you have like different rooms for different purposes, you know? So consider the purpose of each area, and then that will help you determine what textures are best suited to it. The lighting on this prop does not seem to be the same as that one over there, oddly. This flickering is rather distracting as well. I'd rather than having it completely off to completely on, I would have it just completely on to say 50% on or something. So the light is kind of flickering to a lower power, if you know what I mean, rather than just flickering off completely. It's a more subtle and more attractive effect. Ah, under construction, very interesting. Somebody appears to be stuck. That's extreme spook. You can see where in the the Source TV demo later on. Oh, so I don't have to go here. It's always nice when other people are doing things for you. Bit strange how we're falling such a high distance and we're not taking any fall damage. Maybe you should have a more realistic landing. Perhaps some kind of fan to make it softer, or even just landing in water, really. Oh, fuck's sake. My fault. I'm reading chat at the same time. The sounds, it's all rather bland, really. It's all kind of the same sounds. It's all very quiet. I think there should be more machinery noises, like clanging and so on. It sounds more like we're on a ghost ship than in a busy factory, you know? Oh, there are crystals, apparently. Does anybody think that the soundscapes are a bit quiet for all this machinery and stuff that's going on?
It is a little quiet. Yeah.
Well, if they're at volume 1, then no, don't use Audacity. They're using sound effects built into the game, so don't start modifying WAV files and so on. If you're already using like volume 1, the maximum volume, then maybe you also need some sounds which are naturally louder. Like a lot of the sounds in the soundscape are kind of background noise. They're just mist and things like that, you know, just general ambience. There isn't really much in the way of piercing noises like clanging and stuff like that. You can also use ambient generics as well in certain places, so so that the sound effects come from specific areas. Let's say you had a wall and behind the wall there was some more machinery. Well, you could put an ambient generic behind the wall with like a constant clanging sound or machinery, and people would hear it. And I am your god! And they'd go, oh my god, there's machinery behind that wall. So that means that Ciaran's probably using the DSP system for their soundscapes.
Give 'em hell, boys!
Oh, so Zati is completely safe behind this force field. Well, that was interesting. In fact, that looks really easy to bypass as well. You just wait for the rockets to come at you, because they seem to be from left to right, and then just move left after one goes past. Easy. That kind of trap will be better with more players in it, really. And that brings... that kind of reinforces the my point.
Oh, my ears!
Pyro, Pauling here. I need something
Nice,
done.
dude.
Quietly.
Damn, that was the loudest.
Choose some things, AC, and I'll resurrect people on me. Beat the course. You have 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Good. You could use a team round timer for this. Please don't be a stupid motivator. So this is good, but like everyone else who makes such courses, you started off by squeezing 31 red players down a narrow set of platforms. That's really bad. You shouldn't be doing that. I can't see the next flames because the first flame is blocking my vision. Maybe switch to something more solid. Ah! Oh, fuck. Solid, like, lasers. This, I think, would be better off with some kind of moving machinery. Maybe a saw blade. Not these weird red chunky lasers. You should also have some rails on the side to show, like, how far they move, because I thought that was going to go backwards and hit me.
Oh shit, dude.
These look far too fast. God. Fuck me. That's much, much too fast.
Canal reference, dude.
The difficulty there starts off pretty straightforward and then just goes through the roof. It's gotten to the point there with those rotating things where it's almost impossible, if you know what I mean. The level of skill and concentration required is immense. Not immense, but the problem is, in order to really get around those kinds of obstacles, you need to have a lot of patience, because it's frustrating to play because of latency and weird collision and so on. So some people who are hardcore will say, oh, I can do it, no problem at all. But at what point is it acceptable to say, oh, this particular game mechanic is janky just because of flaws in the system, but, you know, you shouldn't say it's bad. It just means you need to improve your skill. And when do you start saying, well, I'm sorry, but it's unacceptable? It should be, you know, doable and realistic. It shouldn't rely on me to take into account janky collision and have a low ping and stuff like that, you know. Activate the traps, please, Kai.
That's what they're doing.
Good man. Or woman. Getting a little bit of latency there. I think it might be people going ham in the Left 4 Dead 2 servers. Let me just kick them all off.
Just gonna kick them all off the server.
Yeah, just kick them all off. I am the tank.
That is brutal, man.
Crystals.
I tell you what'd be nice. As well as this text on the screen, it'd be nice if there was a screen overlay that came up with a picture of a crystal next to it, and you could have the text next to it, so it would look like a proper HUD element. Oh, fuck, what's happening? I mean, well, when collecting them.
Ah, fuck.
What is this vent supposed to do over here? What is it?
Oh, jeez.
Whoa.
Play ball. Boo! See a bunch of.
Ah, respawn crystals, that's nice. Very interesting.
So that's cool.
You could even say they're part of a machine, like a reanimator machine or something. Be nice if you had to deposit the crystals. Could you imagine if you had a hybrid concept, take a respawn coin flag, have 7 crystals and make the crystals flags, so, you know, there have to be like 7 players each carrying a crystal or something, or maybe you have to collect a minimum of 6.
It's like the intel.
I think that would be
That does
hard to
sound like a neat
maintain
idea.
if you had 7 people carrying 7 intels, because one person's gonna drop it and is gonna troll it for everyone else.
Well, you could say the same of a single respawn coin. That's why I said just have a minimum of 6.
Let's go.
You're too late, Sonic. I am now forklift certified. What the hell was that crap?
You're going to have trolls anywhere. Sometimes you have to do things regardless, if you know what I mean. Give people the opportunity to not be bellends.
There's a fucking Saul Goodman secret.
Well, it doesn't really require much coordination. It's just a flag, and having 7 of them means if someone dies, that somebody can pick them up easily. Just an idea, though.
I think it's a good one. I think you need to have like multiple things you have to take to the end.
Yeah, so it'd be more of a team effort.
Yeah.
What if the flag holder falls into a pit?
In that case, you don't get to respawn, or your chances of respawning are reduced. It's a challenge. If you made it possible to always get it, then what's the point in actually having it? You may as well just enable respawns all the time, you know?
What the fuck?
Ah!
Okay, that's the AF. I got killed by AFK, kill or hurt. I think the thing like has to disable before respawning everybody.
A text coming up looks a bit dodgy.
Ow.
There's a weird bug with game text. I can't be arsed doing this. To watch other people die.
Oh, this is cool. Just floating water.
Yeah, all this stuff looks really cool,
Oh, it's like Minecraft.
but there's no chance to actually experience it because you're forcing people through strafe jumps and shitty rotating platforms. Have stuff like that for the end. Oh, for fuck's sake, can't be arsed with this. What the frig? What on earth? Okay, I haven't got time to go through all that. Yeah, you've got these cool concepts, but like your people aren't going to see them or get to play them because you're forcing them through these really boring, stupid strafe jumps and stuff. Have your difficult, crappy shit at the end and have the really cool, easier stuff at the beginning so more people get to experience it, especially stuff like this, which is better for more players, really. Let's say 3 or 4 players at once. Oh, I don't know where to go. Up here, I guess. This is spinning too quickly. And also, because there's so much stuff below, it makes it more difficult to see through.
They made it.
And this metal does not appear to be dangerous.
How was that noise?
So what I suggest you have is like a solid ground with maybe some lasers or some spikes on it or something. Not sure what that purple laser does. So we've got one more minigame, I think, haven't we? Dodge, was it? Alright, so we'll do that minigame. And then I think that's probably it, unless anybody wants to test anything in particular. Ah, secrets and stuff, very interesting. If you're going to have informational text, don't make it all caps. Capital letters are harder to read. Use standard camel case. Well, normal case, let's say, so capital initial letters and then lowercase for the rest of them. And I don't know if you've done this, but okay, you can't spray on it, that's good. Oh, mind you, I think I've got sprays disabled on the server. If you haven't done already, make this material no decal so people can't spray on it. It looks like you have. And also in the VTF, give it the flag no level of detail. That ensures that anybody who's using low texture resolution will still be able to read the text because it won't be it won't use a map. So this must be where the crystals live. Perhaps that little corner that I was giving you shit for earlier on is actually the location of a crystal. I think the problem is that sometimes, because people know where things are, they go ahead and they pick them up, but anybody who's behind them who's not familiar with the map, they never see this. They don't get to experience it themselves. Like Neon was a good example, or any other bun map actually. There's always like a potion that you can, you go out of spawn, you knock the wall in with your fists, and you pick up a potion, and it's first come first serve. Well, that means it's the people who know where the secrets are who actually get to use them again and again. And people who don't know where things are, they don't know where they have to go, and they have to start asking people. So the ways around that, you could always have multiple possible spawn locations for secrets, so that people have to look around the environment, maybe even look behind them sometimes. But you have to make enough that people don't just learn them all the time.
Hey, who slapped me?
You can use logic relays as spawn points easily enough, because logic relays don't count towards your edict count. What you can do is you can put logic relays in your spawn points, put your crystal in a point template, associate an env entity maker with the point template, and then give the logic relays an output that points to the entity maker, and the input that you send to the entity maker is spawn at entity location, I think it is, and then you use exclamation mark activator or exclamation mark caller as, yes, it's caller, sorry, as the parameter. And what that does is it spawns the template at the site of the logic relay. And because you can have, hundreds of logic relays, you could have hundreds of potential crystal spawn points.
Okay, the trip jump is kind of a bit confusing. Is there a motivator on this map? Yes.
Appreciate it.
It's a spy robot, invisible spy robot.
So,
Goodman is behind this door.
choose the dodge minigame, please, guys.
Prepare your ears for the most beautiful sound.
Jesus Christ.
After you. Give 'em hell, boys.
What the frig? Oh, I died to splash damage.
I think the fact that they're like,
Think you can handle this?
just like goal, like they're the crit rockets. I think that's a bit OP and that might be fixed.
I think it's just
Respawn unlocked.
something you have to put up with point weapon mimics, whatever they are. But it shouldn't. The rocket shouldn't collide with the force field. You should put a funk no grenades or whatever it is just before the end of the force field, so that the rockets disappear. Because them exploding on the back and killing the players with splash damage is not the intended effect. Ah!
That trigger hurt needs to be disabled. Right,
Now you should keep it enabled, man.
Dodge. Dodge is the only one that we haven't done, I think.
Yeah, dodge, please. God,
Oh, I like the music.
not one of these. Where the fuck do I dodge from? I can't see. There's so many players around. For fuck's sake!
I know the song name. It sounds like it's from a video game OST.
How am I supposed to look in two places at once? There's no indication of where things are going to appear from. This is too much to look at, and now the frame rate's gone down. Oh, that's the lerp. Still, frame rate's only, it's about 60 frames per second here. I don't understand why the frame rate's so low. Maybe it's all the corpses. Yeah, you don't have things spawning from both directions, because we've got to look back and forth all the time, and it's overwhelming. It's not fun. Just have things spawning from one side at a time. You've got these big black voids. There's no indication of where things are going to come from. And also, they're all the same colour, so they blend into each other. They need to have some kind of texture to them. There's too much shit going on.
Was it just me or did the screen turn black?
In sync with the music
I
for
thought the server
moment
was
there.
gonna crash for a second.
For some reason, round restarts take a long time on this map. I don't understand why. Anyway, we've got 2 maps remaining in the queue now. We're probably only going to have enough time to test one of them. So, we've got a choice. We can either test Facility, or we can test Stupidity version 2. What do you guys think?
I'd go for stupidity. I'd go for stupidity, honestly.
I would probably go for Stupidity. I feel like that is
Alright, Stupidity it is then. It's a 145 megabyte map, so it's going to take some time for everyone to join to be in the game. Does anybody have any feedback for this map before we switch?
I like one thing on the shortcut path, or like when you get the battery, that one area there's like a trigger hurt, like when you fall from fall damage. I don't think it's like high enough, but you can fall on the lights there and still take fall damage. So maybe like move the trigger up a little bit.
Alright then guys, we're going to switch over to Stupidity version 2. Thank you very much for testing. I'll see you on the next map.